Halloween can be quite a weird one because everyone has got a difference in opinion. Some people want to look sexy, some people want to look scary, and some people just don't have the time, so it's whatever they can actually do with their makeup kit. Now, I have been sent this from Superdrug. So this is their Dolls After Dark campaign, and basically they have provided me with a bunch of products from Revolution that you can go and purchase from your local Superdrug, get like that and make a Halloween look. And they put the videos up. I'm going to leave the links down below, but they put the videos up and you get to create some of these looks. Now, the look I picked when they asked me would I like to do it, I picked Glam Goth doll, and this is what we are going to do today. We are going to do something like this. Obviously, I don't have short hair. My face is a little bit softer than this picture, but I kind of like the fact that I've got an image that I can go off and create this look with. So I'll show you what I got sent, and I am going to review all these products separately because why not? Like, let's face it, why not? So I got sent this. This is their Midnight Kiss lip kit. We all know I love a black lipstick, so can't wait to try that. They also sent me the 5D Whip Lift Mascara. This is the matte setting spray. They also sent me this, which is the Vampire Red lipstick. I'm just making sure I'm on camera. I just don't like these Halloween opening looks being too bright. They're just not giving Halloween vibes, so I've shut the lights off a little bit, so that's why this is a little bit dark. They did send me this palette, which one has broken. I'm a little bit gutted. This is the Reloaded Velvet Rose palette, but I'll make it work no matter what. Then they also sent me the gel liner and the Bitten Kiss lip oil, which I was eyeing up. I really wanted this, so dead excited to try that. And then I also got this, which is What a Doll. It's like a little mirror, which I'm loving. So can't wait to like get a picture in my little mirror. Can't wait to do that. But they sent me all them products. So a lot of these products are on 3 for 2. So the whole point of this campaign is to be able to afford a makeup look. If you don't have any makeup in your repertoire, or you do have some of these makeup products in your repertoire, you'll be able to do a look that's quite effective. So we are going to be taking this image and we're going to be turning it into something for me similar, but not exactly the same. So let's just get into it. See, I've put the lights back on for the actual look. By the way, we now have learned that this is a stress rash. Just to let everyone know, we figured it out. It is a stress rash. I'm not allergic to anything. I'm just allergic to stress. So this look, as you can see, he has no eyebrows. So I'm going to cover my eyebrows. I'm going to try something a little bit different when I cover my brows today. I'm not going to use glue. I'm going to see if I can keep to what everyone would have in their house. So I'm just going to get rid of these brows now. Now, one thing I'll never claim to be good at, covering brows, but what I did use is just simple brow gel, popped it all through my brows, really laminated and pushed it down. I then went in with a peachy concealer and then went in with a white concealer. So I wanted to try and do it where I done it with stuff that I already have and obviously powdered in between. God, I look ugly. I'm gonna go in and do our face, taking a really pale foundation, any foundation you wish to take. Go all over the skin with a really pale foundation. Now, in the video, the real video from Superdrug, he uses a foundation from Revolution. I don't have a foundation from Revolution, so this is just a really pale foundation. And the good thing about this is if you don't have a pale foundation, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's literally Halloween. Not every goth doll is light-skinned. They could be any colour. Like, it can be any colour as a goth. So we're going for goth doll. So obviously if your skin tone doesn't match that, don't worry about it. Just go in with whatever you want to go in with. You do not need to go and buy another foundation if you don't need to. But to make my skin look a little bit paler, I did go in with a white concealer. Oh, it's raining. Now I'm just lightening up even further with an even lighter concealer, and this is obviously going to be around my eyes as well. Now I'm doing this really roughly because I don't want this to feel like you've got to have tons of skill to do it, and I think this is quite an easy look because there's no rules to it really. Although you're following the picture, there isn't actually any rules to it. Once I was happy with my concealer placement, I just started to buff that out and blend it in. Joe, sometimes I ponder on the thought of what I put myself on the internet like. I really do. Now, this is where I've always struggled with brows. I always find that I can never get them to really blend with my skin well. I'm just not the greatest at covering brows. I feel as though I need a amazing drag queen to teach me their ways in person, because no matter how many videos I watch, I'm just never great at it. Like, it's these ones here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make those look like they are part of the look. That's what my aim is. Now, you obviously do not have to cover the eyebrows if you don't want to, but I feel like I owe it to the image to cover the brows. Now, this next bit you can do with a concealer, you can do with a contour stick, you can do it with whatever you want. If you use Revolution concealers, then because this is a 3-for-2 situation, it might be an idea to restock it. But obviously, you just use whatever you've got. You can do the contour using products that you already have, or if you are someone who likes the Revolution concealers, then if it's 3-for-2, you may as well pick up one of their concealers and use it throughout the year anyway, because contour is contour. Now, the way I want to do this is I really want to make this really gaunt, really strong. Now, if you look at the picture, as you can see, it goes down and it's very chiseled around the jaw. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Like so. We're going to do here. Taking the contour into the inner corners of the eyes, on the outer corner of the eye, and then all over the lid. This is just going to create a really good base for the shadows. So as well as looking at the image, I am watching the tutorial as well. So just to show you on my other phone, it's how he does it. So I am also following his tutorial. As I've said a few times now, you can see in the picture how strong the facial features are. I wanted to make my nose stronger, really emphasise indentation on my temples, make sure that I just had really strong features. I feel as though it's going to really complement at the end, even though I don't fully know what I'm doing, and I'm making it a little more feminine. Obviously, you don't have to do it around here, but there is some shadowing there, so I'm going to take this quite literal. Then I just want to look forward, and I'm going to bring this down there, and bring that right along. Sitting this bit here, that little bit higher. Like so. Then we're just going to blend all that in, and I'm going to hope this blends in quite nice because I've never used it like that in the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to softly buff that in. Now, if you are like me when doing contour like this, you do get a little bit worried that it's not going to blend in or anything like that. Don't be worrying. It does not need to be blended in like an absolute dream because it is a Halloween look. Honestly, it's the one time a year you can get away with not having to perfectly blend everything out and no one's going to say anything or judge your makeup. Oh my God. What we are going to do in order to make this a little bit stronger is we're then gonna buff all this out. When you have this much contour, it's never gonna look fully real. Like, obviously everyone's gonna know it's contour, but it looks cool. Okay. We can clean up all the contour in a second, but we just want to get the facial feature first. Like so. And then what you can do is taking your light concealer is just really define that area. Just if you've been a bit messy and you think, oh, I've lost the shape, just do that. Let that set for a minute. So we can have it this way, or you can have it that way. I obviously preferred the second side. I wanted my cheekbones to be a little bit higher set, so I just went in with a lighter bit of concealer above the contour to make them a little bit more prominent. So on the picture, he's clearly got like a halo-y cut crease eye look going on. So I'm just going to take a really small brush, like this Morphe one, and I'm just going to take this shadow. By eyeshadow, I obviously meant taking the black eyeshadow, and what we're going to do is we're going to place it in the outer corner, just packing that on. We haven't put any powder on top of the concealer, so it is slightly wet, so it's going to accept that eyeshadow a lot better. But what we are going to do is we're going to pack it on just above the crease on the outer corner and on the inner corner. We want to make this really sunken on the inner corner of the eye. By packing this on, we're going to really be able to isolate it. And then what we can do is slightly buff that shadow out. Also bringing that eyeshadow onto the lid, both inner and outer corner. Okay, so that should now be dry enough where it just literally is isolated. Maybe a little bit too much. Just really packing that on. Just make sure you don't get any fallout, but make sure you pack that black eyeshadow on. I am going to take this little diddy brush and I'm just going to start buffing out all the edges of the black. So this is to make it a little bit easier when we blend it in with other eyeshadows. But always make sure you buff out those edges of the black. Don't lose the pigmentation of the black, but buff out the edges and it'll start to create the shape that we're going to accomplish at the end. So that's the black bit done. As you can see, it then diffuses into more brown. And I definitely want to do those lines. On the video, I don't think he did, but I actually really want to do those lines. So I am going to take this shadow here and maybe a bit of this shadow here, depending how I feel. But I'm going to take it on a small brush first, and I'm just going to diffuse out the inner corner first. I do still want to focus a bit of brown so you can see it, because you can see it in the drawing. I just want to take a little bit of medium brown and just fluff that out so you can see the brown. I don't want you to... I feel like if we do it with this and then use an even lighter shade, I actually think that one might actually be a good one too. This one, they're not far from each other, to be fair, those two. So I might go in with the one above the black instead. Quite rounded here on the picture. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to pop it in that colour I said above the black. And I'm just going to start bringing that slightly over, going over what we've just done. Just bringing that over like so. And then what I like to do is, so you don't lose any of your black, just make sure you go back in with some black. Nothing major on the brush, just what's left on it. And then take a little bit of that brown. Like so. Taking the fluffy brush, we're going to just then bring that down like that. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same thing but over here, but we're going to start building it out. So I'm going to take the small detailing brush and the darker brown, and I'm just going to start to buff that out, but I want to gradually get it so it's really far out, because his goes up on the picture. So let me just show you it again so you can see it. Obviously, if you want to screenshot this, as you can see, it goes out and up. So I need to get this around the temple area. So just bringing that up, and then I know then what I want to do. I'm just going in with the fluffy brush to really bring that out. And then I'm going to clean that off and go in with the other colour again. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit on the outer edge, just so it sits a bit more cleaner. And then like so. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit more black, because I feel like it needs to go a bit further out. For me, this needs to go a bit more further there. Like so. And then taking that little brush with the medium shade of brown and then just feathering that over the top and up. back in with that third shadow. Like that. Okay? Do the same on the other eye. Then what I want to do is I just want to buff that out. Really diffuse it outwards. Now, again, this is an interpretation of the picture. It doesn't have to be perfect. This, you know, he doesn't have eyebrows, so it's a little bit different. And if you're not used to working over eyebrows, which I'm not, I'm a makeup artist, but I'll be brutally honest, doing eyebrows is not my specialty. It really isn't. We all have strengths in our work. And for me, eyebrows isn't one of them. It just never has been. So just doing that, like that. And then I'm just going to softly, again, buff this area. I think it's because I'm not used to doing, I think I need to leave it alone a little bit, and I'm not very good at, and I'm not, is leaving things alone and just letting them be. So now it's time for the gold part, which is going to be this one right here. Now, one way I have always preferred to apply things like this is with your finger. So I'm going to show you it on the eyelid. Now, the eyelid is still slightly wet, but I'm going to show you a little trick in a minute. You 2016 makeup lovers will fully know what this trick might be. I'm going to load of it on the brush like so. Giving that a little spritzy spritz. Going over the area with said brush. Just buff that into the black and buff the black over. So it sort of just blends in a little bit. And that's basically all the shadows done on the top. From what I can see is there is a bit of liner, which we're going to do. Again, no need to be precise or neat with this. From the outer corner to just about 3/4 over, sweep the liner in. And I'm just going to buff that into that black a little bit. Up a little bit. I'm not going to leave it as a wing. I am going to take the brush and just buff it in. Using the same gel liner on our waterline as well. Now it's time to draw the lines. Now, you don't have to put the lines. You can do one line like he had, or I done 3. Now, the reason why I had 3 lines was the 1 lines that I'd done, so I started off with just 1, I wasn't particularly happy with. I just wanted something a little bit more, so I added a few more lines in, and then what I did was take a medium brown shade that we used as our second eyeshadow, and then I just started to buff the lines out, and then I went back in with the liner, back in with the shadow until I was happy with the outcome. You can just see ever so slightly there is some smokiness. So I'm just going to take a really small bit of the brown, both eyes. Like that. Don't want to bring it too far down. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and really sweep off any excess that's underneath. I haven't got time for packaging, like I really don't. And this is the mascara. Again, I will do a full review and wear test, but I'm just going to... Lip-wise, they sent me quite a few products. They sent me the red lip, the oil, and the black. So it's quite a burgundy style red, very deep. So what I'm going to do is, I want this to be quite messy, but still defined in the Cupid's bow. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to bring that out like so. Don't worry about the edges, we'll sort that in a minute. So I'm going to keep it, I actually really like that. Do you know what I wished when I was younger? One thing, anyone watching this, and I won't get emotional, have the confidence to wear whatever you bleeding well please, okay? Because I would have loved this when I was younger, but I just didn't have the confidence and the guts to do it. I absolutely love this. Now we're going to go in with the black because I want the inside to be a little bit more deeper. So in this lip kit, you get a lip liner and you get a lipstick. We are not going to faff around with the lip liner. So it's a test tube. It's so freaking cool. It's so cool. It is a test tube. So, ooh, that's nice. A little bit more of the red lipstick on my brush. I just popped on this shirt that I've got. Obviously, this is for the purpose of this video. You could wear whatever you want. I actually am can't show you the full shirt because it's see-through and I have a big bust and I'm not willing to do that. Ignore the redness. I'm not willing to cover it today. I'm just not willing to for the purpose of this look. I don't want to aggravate it any more than needs be. But I'm not going to lie or deny that I am loving this look. This has awoken something in me. But this is my take of this look right here. What do we think? Do I think I stuck close to it? Do we think I never? Do we like this look? Do we think it's a good inspiration makeup? Because I think it is. Like, I am living for it. That is my take on this fabulous makeup look right here. I've got to be honest, I love it. Like, it's so easy to do. You can be as messy as you want. The victory rolls don't need to be done. You can do whatever you want with the hair. But the fact that you just can throw some jewellery on, throw a top on, and it's sort of just like done, I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it. So yeah, this is this video done, guys. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.